Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. The Giants are 3-1. The New York Giants defeated the Chicago Bears 20-12, and everything is good. Not really. There's a lot to unpack in this game. There were injuries, there was some sloppy play on special teams, but at the end of the day, the Giants win 20-12. We are 3-1, above 500 for the first time in a long time, and let's keep this thing going. Next week is Green Bay, but right now we're still talking about the initial reactions of the Chicago Bears game against the New York Giants. Now, I will say there's things that I'm happy about. I'm happy that the offense got off to a good start and we started off fast. First time of the season, we were able to score 14 first half points, and that's big because up until that point, we scored 0, then 3, then I believe 6 in the previous games in the first half. So just this game alone, we scored more points in the first half than we did the previous 3 games. So I'm happy about that, and I'm also happy about I'm happy with the way that we got those points. Again, we were heavy doses of Saquon Barkley. The run game was fantastic, and then we were able to get some ball fakes. Daniel Jones and his ball faking skills has improved. He can sell that fake, and he sold it pretty well in this game twice for 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns for Daniel Jones. He didn't have a bad game running the ball. Obviously, what happened in the second half with all the injuries and things started to pile up, but we were still able to outlast the Chicago Bears, stop them when we needed to stop them, get that turnover when we needed a turnover, and the Giants win the game. Now, getting into some of these injuries, of course, Daniel Jones looks like it's an ankle. Hopefully, it's not a high ankle sprain. Hopefully, he's able to play next week. Tyrod Taylor gets hurt too. Took a pretty big hit trying to get to the first down while getting the first down, and it looks like he's going to have a concussion and be in concussion protocol. So that's our first 2 quarterbacks, and we don't have a third, at least not on the active roster. Davis Webb is on the practice squad, so I guess the big question this week is, are you going to bring up Davis Webb? I think so. Just because you don't know what's going to go on with the concussion with Tyrod Taylor, and again with the ankle with Daniel Jones, that's something that can flare up at any time. So hopefully he can rehab, get better, heal, and be ready for next week in London. But other things that I like to see is that Darius Slayton made an appearance in this game. He did have the drop, but he also caused the pass interference, and then he was able to get deep when Tyrod Taylor threw the deep pass, but that was intercepted. But you see the skill set of Darius Slayton and what he gives you that these other wide receivers can't. That's a deep threat. He caused a pass interference. It's almost like a completion, flips the field. That interception, he did have his guy beat, but the safety over the top, it just wasn't a great ball thrown by Tyrod Taylor. But again, it gets deflected, and the guy gets the interception. So, not a terrible game, but you can see what Darius Slayton can do, and I think he needs to be getting a lot more snaps. David Sills had a couple of drops this game, and you can't have that happen. Tanner Hudson also had a couple of drops this game, but I will say though, I like the way the tight ends played this game. I like the way they used them. They ran that same play where they had the crossing routes with the tight end and a little dump off, and that play worked today too. So that's something that they can stick with. He also had Myrick on that play too, because they do the double crossing routes, and you can pretty much pick which guy you want to go to because they're usually both open. But happy to see that play made another appearance this week. But not a bad game called by Kafka, especially in that first half. I think we need to stay aggressive, and I think we need to stick with the run, because right now that's our bread and butter. Running the ball is our bread and butter, whether it be Saquon Barkley or another running back, or if it's Daniel Jones using his legs to extend plays and get first downs. We have to stick with this game plan. Now, another injury today, because there were a bunch of injuries. Evan Neal goes down. They're saying that it's a neck injury. Hopefully it's not too serious. But again, we'll probably hear some news in the next couple hours, and definitely by tomorrow to see what the update is on Evan Neal. Outside of that, I hope he's healthy. But again, Devery Hamilton comes in, plays for him. You see the line struggles a little bit, and then Daniel Jones goes down with the ankle injury. And then now we have Tyrod Taylor go down with the concussion. And then what do you do? You know, everybody's looking around. Kafka goes, no, don't worry about it. We'll just run the Wildcat with Saquon Barkley. And it looked pretty doggone good. It looked good. We were in survival mode. but the plays, we were getting some positive yardage on the Wildcats. So I think next week will be better. We'll have, Davis Webb activated, and I guess we bring him up from the practice squad just for insurance if the other quarterbacks can't go. But Saquon Barkley, I don't want to see it for a full half, but he did a pretty good job in the Wildcat, and had some positive plays. Got us in field goal position, but Gano misses a field goal, a cheap shot too at that, but it was very windy in that stadium today. But again, another ugly win at the end. Defense played well, bend but don't break. Gave up the field goals but not the touchdowns. That's the motto. And then even on offense, you want to score touchdowns, not field goals, and that's the motto as well. Go ahead and put that in the comments down below. But again, the Giants are 3-1. I'm happy about that. I'm not happy about the injuries. I'm glad that we had a fast start, but we sort of slowed down towards the end. But defense held up. Special teams is a whole nother story. We probably get into that another time. A lot of messed up plays, guy running out of bounds, the fumble by Richie James, some holding plays. All that's happening. We got to clean that up on special teams, because if the offense is clicking and the defense is clicking, we can't let special teams, get in the way of that. Not at all. There were a couple plays on defense, especially that 3rd and 24 where we gave up the big play for them. And the defense needs to get off the field. The defense really needs to be able to stop these guys on 3rd down and get off the field, and don't hurt yourself. We had a lot of penalties that just kept our defense on the field, and even on offense, it just gets rid of, it deletes, good plays, the positive plays when you're getting all these penalties. But again, the Giants are 3-1. The fan base is happy about that. We go into Green Bay next week. We'll see what happens with that. Right now, my early prediction, I don't think we win that game, but we'll see what happens when we get there, because any given Sunday, any team could win. And I want to thank you guys for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, this is just my initial reaction of the New York Giants versus the Chicago Bears. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.